Hello everyone, this is a quick demo on how to use Summit Processing's file flow system powered by Monday.com. First, I wanted to go over the accompanying PDF called Monday.com Guide and Legend. Here, you can find information about general order of operations, appraisal request process, helpful info columns, appraisal status column legend, and then what each drop-down means, and then some general info about each columns inside of your each individual LO active pipeline board. As it's mentioned here, step one is to submit a disc queue form. This is a disclosure queue form. Disclosure queue is designed to ask for important general information on your file to get ops and processing to work on your file. Some of the most important items I want to go over here are, one of them is this number 4, who you want to talk to your borrower, essentially. The options are LO team or processing team. If you choose the LO team, the processors will still send you a needs list. You will just have to forward that needs list to the borrower. And then the next one is the UWM, a specific section that allows you to communicate with us any specific UWM product that you wish to use, such as Ultimate Submission or Early CD, Track, or Appraisal Direct. The next one is how to communicate when to order the appraisal. You can mark ASAP, which means as soon as the disclosures are signed, we'll order the appraisal. The other one is wait for LO's go ahead, or it's wait for inspection resolution, which those means that we're not going to do anything until you as the LO give us the go ahead, and we'll get how you would do that later on in the presentation. The appraisal payment, who pays for it, LO or the borrower. And then later on, another thing I wanted to touch base is any concerns or highlights with regards to the file. Once you click yes, this would start like this, but once you click yes, there's a big text box that opens. This is where you tell us anything that is unique about your loan. And remember that there is no such a thing as over communication when it comes to the mortgage loan. Once the disclosure queue gets submitted, we at Summit Ops get notified that there is a new loan waiting in our queue to get worked on. This loan will sit in our master active pipeline, which is over here. Ops starts working on the file. Once they start their process, the file gets moved to your LO individual active pipeline board. Then the disk prep process starts. At disk prep process, this is where we compare the lending pad or any other LOS systems that you use, the file in there, compare it to the lender portal, update the fees in the lender portal, and pull a prelim LE for you to approve if it is possible by the lender. For example, Mutual of Omaha just sends you the LE. We don't get to see it after it was requested. And work on any of the initial order outs, such as title or insurance quotes if you have chosen to do it by us. Input data in the critical info table, which is this table over here. This over here will have who the processor is, closing date, loan objection, appraisal objection, inspection resolution, appraisal inspection date once we know, appraisal ETA, appraisal status, HOI code request date, who the lender is, and we attach the disk queue here. So if you gave us any highlights and information, we can click on that button and kind of see what you're saying about the file, the loan program, kind of all the information we need all at once will show up right here for us. And that's basically how we manage our pipeline. This is an example of an active pipeline, the loan that was worked on. Once we have a prelim LE, you will be notified like this over here via a message in Monday and a status column that would say waiting or requested or done. If it was saying waiting, that means we were waiting for you to give us the go-ahead. Here you can see that Seth approved the file, so then Sam went and requested it, and that's going. This is another example of a file that the disclosures were sent. Then we were waiting on them being signed. They were signed. Once they were signed, we requested the appraisal, and then kind of waiting for inspection date and the ETA to plug those in. Once again, you can always communicate via the comment section for anything that is going on the file. Just remember, the most important thing is to @ the specific person you're planning on reaching, or if you don't know who to reach in operations side, just @ ops all. Here is another example of an active pipeline, a set of disclosures that were out there as a pre-owned LE to get approved, and then once it got approved by the LO, then it moved on. Now we're at the waiting stage of the appraisal. And how, if we are not sure if we are waiting or not, it's very easy for us or the processor to click this button and see and scroll down to the part that it's asking, when do you want to order the appraisal? And it says wait for LO's go ahead. So this is how you, the LO, know we're waiting on your go ahead, and how you communicate with us to go ahead and order the appraisal. You can either click the drop down and click proceed per LO, or you can click the comment section and leave us a comment. An example of this should be somewhere in this pipeline. You can see over here. We had, hey, please go ahead and order the appraisal. And this was done 8 days ago. We ordered appraisal, something like that. And this is a more file that's been around for a little bit, so it's been worked on. The need help options, again, these will be all explained under here on the PDF, but just if you click overview, need help means like if you need help from someone, you can mark it at that status and then click the comment section and then at the person and ask them what you need. Once we disclose this loan, we go through the process, and this is where you guys keep track of your loans. If I close these, you can see that the most important information, in my opinion, as an LO, you want to know is like, where are we with our process? And then most importantly, the appraisals. And they're always here in these columns. So the lender, the appraisal status, there's options here. Waiting means we're waiting on you. CC opt sent is for those who do manual. I believe Flagstar may be one of them. And then payment pending is when we can send a link and we're just waiting on the borrower. Paid is when the borrower is paid. VA order is just to tell you that, hey, we don't get a payment link out. We don't get anything from VA until 10 days after the order. Paid no ETA is like when we have one of those not so great AMCs that they do not give us an ETA, but at least we could communicate with you that the borrower has paid for it, but they just haven't given us an ETA. Received is we have the appraisal. PIW means obviously PIW, and we don't need an appraisal. One thing I want to point out, like this was a VA error, so we didn't need an appraisal, so we could just mark it as do not need. And anyone can update these statuses. It doesn't really matter. It's just how you communicate with each other. But again, I want to reiterate, the most important thing is when you leave a comment, you click the comment section and you @ the person that you are messaging, and that's all we need to do. The Monday has an app that installs on your phone, and it literally acts as a text message system, so we all get notified. I personally have access to the whole thing. I get notified everything that somebody does, so that's how I manage the pipeline. That's it. This is the end of the presentation. Please do not hesitate to reach out to me with any questions or feedback. Thank you very much.